Hi everyone, this is Priya Vashne and I welcome you all to the new session. In this video, we are going to cover Aristotle's theory of property, right? Okay. So first of all, let us understand that why Aristotle gave his theory of property. See, we know or we have also studied the Plato's theory of property and basically the communism of property given by Plato. So what Plato did was Plato said that he was actually against of property, right? He was saying that masters and the soldier, both classes should not have any kind of property, right? But we have also seen in that video as well that Aristotle was against it, right? But now we will understand it properly that how Aristotle put his point against, or you can say as in criticism of Plato's theory of property, right? So context, what is the context of his theory? That it is the criticism of Plato's theory of property. Okay, okay. So how Aristotle gave or came to his point, what he did was he analyzed three systems of property. Number one was common ownership, common use. Second was common ownership, individual use. Third was individual ownership, common use. Now, what do I mean by saying common ownership, common use, etc.? Suppose this is a home and you can say call it as a property, right? Or you can say, or just imagine that this is the only property, or you can say this is the only property in a country, right? Now just imagine that you all the citizens of the country, all the citizens of the country own this property, plus they are also allowed to use this property. So you can call it as common ownership and common use. Whereas if I say that all the citizens, or you can say all the people belonging to an area, etc., own this property, but this property can be used by an individual only. Means you all own this property. Let's suppose you all own this property, but this can be utilized by me only. So you can say that this is an example of common ownership, individual use. Now, when I come to this individual ownership, common use, this means that this individual, for example, if I own this property, but you all can use this, right? So this is the concept of individual ownership, common use. So if I also if I talk about it in case of state, so let us assume that state owns the property while all can use it. This can also be example which belongs to this category. Now, while Aristotle was analyzing all three different types of systems, then as Aristotle sorry, as Plato also did was he tried to find the pros and cons of all the system, and then he said that okay, now this is the system which I am going to incorporate. Also, I would also like to remind you his concept of golden mean, right? So basically, golden mean was what? That there are, suppose, let's say there are two extremes. The middle value is, you can say that this is the golden mean. So always what Aristotle, actually we all know that Aristotle was a believer in common sense. So what he said that he always tried to find out the best practicable thing, right? He also tried to find out the best, or you can say find the golden mean in whatever thing he analyzed, be it the form of government or constitution, be it the system of property, etc. Is it clear? So, as I have explained you that he analyzed these three systems of property. Then obviously, but among from these three systems, he has accepted only one system. So first we will see that which systems he has rejected and why, and then we will see that which system he has accepted and why. Okay. So, uh, okay. So first system that he rejects was the common ownership, common use. I think it is now clear to you. Common ownership, common use. He says that this system is neither good for society. Sorry, this system was neither good for society nor for the property. Let me just their property, right? So what he says is that let's say this is a land, right? Let's say this is a land, and if I'm saying that we all own this land and we all can use this land, then what will happen according to Aristotle is that when we all will own this land, then it will be no one's responsibility to take care of this land, right? So what he says is that first of all, it is not good for society. Why? Because when you are going to use such thing, right, there is really a possibility of conflicts, because you all will say that okay, I am the owner, I am going to use it first. I am the second person will say no, I am also the owner, I am going to use it first. So there are many chances of such kinds of conflicts. Therefore, there are possibilities that there will not be the peace, right? So it is not good for society as per Aristotle. Similarly, Aristotle also says that it is also not good for the property. Why? Because everyone's property is no one's responsibility, right? Also what Aristotle gives another argument, what he says is that common ownership is not productive. Why? Because it is not motivating. See, what happens is, just imagine that when you own something, right? When you own something, you try to first of all keep it safe, keep it secure, plus you also try to grow it, because it gives you a sense of achievement, right? So, in the similar sense, Aristotle is saying that common ownership will not be productive because it will not be motivating. Is it clear? So, second system which he also rejects is the common ownership individual use. What Aristotle says is that it is actually not logical, it is not practical, and if ever it is found in practice, it will be very, very exploitative, right? So, this is how Aristotle has rejected this theory. Next, so it is very clear to you now that which type of system Aristotle has accepted: individual ownership, common use. Right? Why? Because he says, according to Aristotle, this is the golden mean of those two extremes. Is it clear? So, first of all, we should understand that why he has accepted this idea. Obviously, the pros of this idea will or should weigh more than the cons of other two ideas, right? So were the benefits of individual ownership? First benefit which Aristotle says is that it is a source of motivation. As I have discussed in just previously, right? When all persons will own a single property, then it will be kind of not at all motivating to work for that property, right? But when that property is yours, then you will be like kind of force through your inner that you should work for it, etc., right? So first of all, that will be the source of motivation. Second thing he says is that will also give you sense of achievement, and that sense of achievement will actually trigger you to work more and more, and to work more and more, obviously you will, and when you will work more and more, it will also good for the society, right? Because you are working hard to good some to do something good, right? Okay, next thing is it's productive, and fourth thing is social stability. So I hope these points are clear to you, that these are the benefits of individual ownership. Social stability kaise aayegi? Because when one person is owning something, right, then there will be less owners, means there is one owner and there are many persons who are using it. So one owner will know that how to maintain it, etc. There will be no conflicts, as I have discussed in common ownership, common use scenario. Next, further benefits which he has talked about is that, okay, we have understood that what are the benefits of individual ownership. Now we should understand that what are the benefits of common use. So Aristotle actually understands the extreme aspects of property, right? Extreme aspects of property. He believes that neither a poor person is good, or neither very rich person is good, right? He actually not believes in either of these extremes. Now, in which thing he believes into? He believes into golden mean. Now, what is the golden mean? Golden mean is the moderate wealth, right? So what he says is that person should contribute for the well-being of others, right? So he believes that a person should have wealth that is required for him, or that is kind of, you can say, moderate, means not very rich persons are good, not very poor persons are good. So what Aristotle says that person should contribute for the well-being of others. After all, man is a social animal. We have seen in his theory of state that Aristotle proves that a man is a political animal. So when man is a political animal, he has some role towards the society, right? Role towards the society, and to play this role should be a very important goal of a person's life, right? So in the same way, when therefore the person should contribute towards the society. Right. So when you have a property and you actually devotes it, or you can say you devotes a proportion of it for the common use or for the benefit of the society, this is something which he calls as the moderate mean or golden mean, right? So now I just want you to remember Gandhi's theory of trusteeship, right? So this theory of property of Aristotle, or this idea of Aristotle, comes near to the Gandhian uh, theory or idea of trusteeship, where Gandhi supports capitalism, but he believes in some CSR or corporate social responsibility, etc. Right? That okay, it's not at all a problem to earn money, but you have some responsibility towards the society. Therefore, you should do it, be it in the form of CSR or be it in the any other way. So this is all in this session. I hope you have understood his theory of property, right? So if you have liked this video, then please share and subscribe to this video. Thanks a lot.